Hello everyone and welcome back to Destin Business Forum, a television show for the members of the Destin Chamber of Commerce. I'm Shane Moody, President and CEO of the Chamber, and your host today. The rumbling is not thunder. I've been sitting here for the last 10 minutes while we've been setting up this next portion of the show, smelling this barbecue in front of us. Our guest is Jim and Nick's and their General Manager, Matt O'Rourke. Matt, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Really, really glad to have you. We put you last on purpose because I couldn't have my stomach rally through the rest of it. Tell us what you got today.
What I brought with us today, I brought our spare ribs, a rack of baby backs, and our half chicken that we smoke as well. Lots of good stuff that we do. I only brought some of the things. I didn't want to overstimulate you this morning.
Right.
We also have our beef brisket, our pork, our chorizo sausage. It's actually our recipe from our pig farm in North Alabama.
Okay.
All kinds of stuff.
Good. Well, it smells good and it looks even better.
We'll get to cutting and playing with it.
Oh, don't worry. Okay. And I don't have napkins or a bib. All right. You've been with Jim and Nick's about a year.
A little bit over a year. Yes, sir.
With some restaurant history in the area. Tell us a little bit about Jim and Nick's. Tell us their history, where they came from.
Yeah, absolutely. From Birmingham, Alabama. Have kind of stuck to our Southern traditions, and Southern hospitality is a big thing we put an emphasis on. Started out on Claremont Avenue, Jim and Nick, father and son duo. Mm-hmm. Pretty neat story. They reclaimed an old pizza parlor and started smoking low and slow meats ever since. We were up over 30 stores now in 7 different states, and none of us franchised, all under the same family umbrella. We can all call Nick anytime we need to. Mr. Jim passed away a few years ago, but Nick is still around and still part of us and part of our family. And that's the big thing about Jim and Nick's is we've never lost our culture. We always put an emphasis on our people first, and making sure that we have fun and we have a great time, and still serve a great quality product. And that's something we've been able to do, and obviously been successful since 1985.
Right. One of my board's favorite catered meals for their 12 meetings that they have a year is when Jim and Nick's comes.
That's right. That's right.
So we have you in there. One of the things I like, I've got a smoker and a couple of grills on my deck. I'm out there as much as I can be. It's kind of my escape from everything.
Sure.
And one thing that Jim and Nick's talks about is the culture and the art of barbecue.
That's right.
Which the art of barbecue I think is fantastic. Talk about that a little bit.
Absolutely. So the art of barbecue kind of breaks down into the 3 words. It's appreciation, respect, and trust. And that goes more so than just our food. That's with our staff, our employees, our family, our community. We appreciate the staff. We appreciate our community. We respect and we trust. And it's this beautiful thing. A lot of people kind of have a misconception about barbecue. Barbecue to us is much more than just smoked meats. Barbecue is a way for us to gather, a way for everybody to come together and be together and enjoy and have a great time together. It goes so much deeper than that. It's about family and values and all that good stuff.
Right. And if you're on your deck cooking steak, you're not barbecuing, you're grilling out.
You are grilling out.
This is barbecuing.
Absolutely. This is low and slow. Low and slow is a term that we use to describe how we smoke our meats. Mm-hmm. It's low temperatures for an extended period of time. And what that does is that allows, we only use hickory. It's the most traditional way to smoke meats. We only use hickory wood, and that low and slow method allows that smoke taste to really be able to come into the meat, and you're really able to taste it. And and again, goes back to that appreciation.
Right.
You're really able to get and value the art of barbecue just from that.
All right, so we've got spare ribs, we've got baby backs, we've got some chicken. You talk low and slow. What temperature? How long did it take to cook these?
We cooked those for 3 hours, the ribs, and we dry rub them. And I think I have some of our dry rub with us. We dry rub them and we let them go for 3 hours, and then we'll take them out and then we sauce them. And then we'll let that sauce caramelize for another 30 minutes after that before completion. So it's a long process.
You put them back on the smoker after the sauce?
Yes, sir.
Right.
We let them caramelize for another 30 minutes.
Okay.
And then, same with the chicken and the baby back ribs. It's a process. That caramelization makes a huge difference. Otherwise, I
agree.
The wet sauce can be a little bit overbearing. And obviously, it's messy. It's barbecue, so that it really allows it to caramelize.
Another part of the art. Messy.
Exactly, it is.
Messy should be added.
It absolutely should. There should be an M acronym added into it. But yeah, that's kind of the process of it. Is we prep our ribs. We actually peel the membrane off, and then we brine our ribs for 10 hours at a time to allow them to kind of soften up.
What do you brine them in?
We brine them in
secret?
It's not necessarily a secret. It's a sugar and water combination, and that allows the skin to soften up, to allow the smoke and the seasonings to really actually penetrate, and you can get the full flavor from our meats doing it that way.
Okay, great. This is not the only thing on your menu.
It is not.
Other meats. What other meats do you have?
My personal favorites are beef brisket.
Okay.
That's slow smoked
My
again.
kids love the brisket.
Oh man,
too.
it's so good.
Love
It's
it.
so good. And you can always identify that little pink, the smoke ring in the brisket.
Right. Yeah.
That goes for 10 to 12 hours, depending on the size and how when we load it the night before. But usually it goes all night long, comes out fresh. It's so hard when we pull it out in the morning at 6 a.m. not to just dig right into it.
I'm sure it is.
But we let it go, and that's my absolute favorite. We've also got pulled pork, of course.
Right.
We've got burgers for the non-barbecue lovers. We've got our smoked wings that we do.
Okay.
Fried catfish. We get tons of positive feedback about our catfish.
Okay.
Say it's some of the best I've ever had.
Okay.
So we got a little bit of everything for everybody if you're not a barbecue lover. Loaded baked potatoes. That's our sales manager who didn't want to come out here today with us.
She's over there taking
She's over there
pictures
hiding.
of us.
That's her favorite.
Right.
Our baked potatoes.
Right.
All kinds of stuff.
Okay. One of the notes that I've got here is called cooked meat review.
That's where we're getting ready to do this stuff right here.
Okay. All right. Well, we've got, before we go into that, we've got about 1 minute and 45 to
Sure.
go in the session here. Anything else you want them to know, the viewers that might be flipping channels and catching us right now?
Absolutely.
What else would you want them to know about Jim and Nick's?
Well, we kind of talked to it about when we cater the board meeting.
Right.
We offer full service catering.
Okay.
No matter how big or how small. If it's 15 people, 10 people, 25 people, 700 people. There's really no limits to what we're able to do.
Okay.
We bring it kind of from our kitchen to theirs, and we try to make it easier, on everybody else. So don't stress. Call us. We'll stress for you, and we'll make sure that everything is great for you.
All right. Well, let's go to the star of the show, and let's do this little note I've got here called cooked meat review.
Okay.
And let's go into this right here.
All right. So, like I said, we've got our ribs with us first. I'm going to show you kind of that caramelization that we talked about. I'll flip this over. You can kind of see the underside. So the membrane that we were talking about when I was referencing
Right.
what we peel
Right.
is under this underside. And you said you smoke meat, so I'm sure you understand.
Yeah.
So we're going to cut a little bit of this bone off with a spare rib. You gotta kind of just get you to see the color of it a little bit. So with this particular, really see that inside, that kind of that pink, that myoglobin that attaches to the meat. And you can kind of pull it off and just pulls right apart.
Not wait for lunch.
Same with our chicken. See the same thing. Start half smoked chicken. Just kind of peel that skin back. See right on the inside.
And it
Man, it's
stays
so
pink
good.
and it's
And it stays.
beautiful.
Look how juicy it is.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Stays moist. Man, that's probably my second favorite. And then the same thing with our baby backs as well. Kind of see that underside.
Yeah.
Kind of want to look at the same thing. When we go to check, this is what we want to do. We want to be able to do this.
And it just pulls
Right off the bone. And you can kind of see that inside, that pink ring right on the inside. It's perfect.
All right, well, as I'm closing out, I'm going to let you keep playing with the food.
Okay.
Here, because
I got to
it's
get you.
on
I got
camera.
to-go boxes ready to go now.
To-go boxes to go, and I'm great. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in. Matt, thank you, and Jim and Nick
My
for being
pleasure.
here and all you do for the community. And again, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.